Hello, hello. Good afternoon. And I don't know where that other bloke is. I'm sure he'll be here soon. I don't know. Streaming to his channel as well, and he doesn't even turn up on time. What sort of behaviour is that? Eh? Anyway, yeah. Thanks for the comment, Scotty. That's highly inappropriate, and and yeah, no, it's quite funny. And Kaz is here. Brilliant. Okay. Right. Right. Where is he? Where is that? Anyway, sorry it's an hour later today. There might be a little bit of this going on over the next 4 weeks. It's because I've started oh, there he is. And what time do you call this?
Hello. Hope you got the note. Actually, I just sent you a note in Telegram.
Did you what? Same.
You should always be monitoring your Telegram at the start.
I've been busy. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hello there. How you doing? This is Maff.
Thank you. Yeah, just had like a quick thing I had to sort out before joining, like last minute.
Oh, me too. But me too. But it's all clean now.
I don't want to
know. No, I was just apologising for the weird timing. I'm just saying it's going to be like this. Not. It's going to be a few days like this over the next 4 weeks because I've started a new kind of job type thing,
cool,
which involves a bit of training and stuff. So that's all at weird times.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably look at. I mean, maybe 1 o'clock is a better time anyway, if it works out. You know,
that would actually be good because that's considered to be the sort of lunch time with this thing I'm doing. I mean, the thing I'm doing is only part time anyway, but it's like but it's not regular hours at all. But the lunchtime spot is considered sacred, so there probably won't be much between 1 and 2.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah. I mean, and then just generally make it 1 o'clock from now on. I would think if that works overall.
I'm good with that if you are. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay.
Actually, some days it might not work. Oh, I don't know. We'll sort it out anyway. Yeah. And of course Tuesdays I've still got a problem, but there you go. So I started something.
All the housekeeping sorted out for the day. We can get started.
Yeah. So I started something new this morning, which is good. Anyway, it's nothing to do with crypto, and it's nothing to do with technology. Anyway,
a painter decorator or something.
No. I'm how much can I say? I'm basically going to be a sort of nutrition coach type thing, which is to do with like nutrition and health and stuff, and it's partly because I like the subject, and partly because I think it's important. Anyway, but
Oh, but by the way, I've just adjusted my mic volume, so if I suddenly sound much louder,
you suddenly sound much louder.
Yeah, exactly. Then awesome. That's hopefully a good thing. So nutrition's good. I like. I mean, it's kind of like you say, it's important, isn't it? Just eat more of the good things, eat less of the bad things.
Yeah,
kind of what it a lot boils down to. But also the timing, like not eating, not snacking. I think is kind of an important thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, probably more about that later, but maybe not actually. But anyway, so I'm just going to.
Either one's a promise.
So just looking at the price of Bitcoin on the CME chart. So on Friday, the CME closed down there at 83.90. Obviously, that was a red candle on the on the Friday night. And then it opened here on the Sunday at about 88.90. Okay, and then we had a nice little pump up overnight. This was actually brilliant, because I'd been a bit quiet about my trades and stuff because I was in a really crappy long from like up here or somewhere, and I was able to get out with a couple of $100 profit, but it was it wasn't a good trade at all. I don't even know why I did it actually. I anyway, but it was one of these things. I kind of rode it down all here, and I was thinking, oh God, it was only a 10x leverage trade, but even so, I didn't have a stop loss, and my liquidation point was down at like 75k or something, and I was thinking like, oh Jesus, if it goes down there, I won't know what to do, Anyway, so that was that Bitunix account. So obviously, I always do this when I've got big amounts of money to play with. I always go a bit bloody degenerate and sort of like I turn into a sort of like ridiculous gambler. Anyway, so so now I'm only in a tiny little trade actually, like a little one that's got like a $3,000 position sort of thing, which is in profit. But I've got a bit of FOMO, I must admit. Anyway,
was it a bit of a reaction? Was it a reaction, do you think, after that, the big money scare? Just like, I'm going to go with a little mouse trade for this time.
A little bit. It was partly to do with, I was doing it at Bitunix. The big chunk was using Bitcoin as the collateral. So that one was the big one, and I to be honest, it was a $300,000 position, and it was just ridiculous, really, and it was like 2.5 Bitcoins in position size, so it was quite scary. Every time it just moved 1%, it was like up and down like about $3,000, and it was just very difficult to sleep with knowing that was open. Anyway, so the smaller trade. So basically, when that one got back into profit, I just closed it, and I thought, okay, well that entry was rubbish, so I'll just close it. And to be honest, it was up here, so it was a good thing to do anyway, because the price has come down since then. But I've got one using USDT as the collateral, which is more from down here, which is fine. That can just run, but that's only a little bit. But what I did with that one is I set a trailing stop loss to take 3/4 of the stuff off the table, and when we got that pump there on the way down, it kind of closed 3/4 of the trade. So that's why there's only a $3,000 position open left. So it's only like $20 in profit. It's nothing. Anyway. So just because I normally talk about CME gaps on Monday. So that was the price there. Now I always think it's really easy to look at these things a bit wrong, and I've seen someone on YouTube, I forgot who it was now, but they were saying, okay, well there's the CME gap, and it's closed, and it isn't, because the price only came down to there, and that isn't even the gap. The gap should be at the bottom of that previous red candle. So
there's still a bit of liquidity lying around there, waiting to be claimed.
There's still something like that there left. So and then the stuff above and the stuff below, they're actually all over the place now. This one here still needs sorting out. So
those are popping out like mold, really, aren't they? Just all over the place.
Like mold indeed. And so put your dehumidifier on and
it's sorted.
And them things are amazing. I've got one. I can't believe the amount of moisture it sucks out of the air. It's incredible. It's like anyway.
Could do that today. It's bloody raining outside. So what's going on?
But when it's raining, it doesn't actually mean it's humid. It's a really weird thing. It's like it can actually be raining and still have quite low humidity, which I think is really weird. Anyway, right. Anyway, there's that. I was going to show you something else as well. In fact, like, if I go and find it, do you want to just whiz through the comments and see what Scotty's got to say?
Yeah, sure. Let's have a quick look. Well, you may not want to know, or that thumbnail looks so romantic. I was thinking that. Like, what was up with that? And
Did you not like it? Did you not like it?
Well, I thought the the bull looked a bit menacing, a bit ominous.
Yeah, well,
and also the bear looked like it was about to steal the picnic hamper, which I was a bit worried about.
well, there's that.
So,
Also,
and also when you're generating those, you need to tell the AI not to give me a center parting because it's not a good look.
I know.
Not for me anyway, because I've got like a receding hairline that goes back down the middle, which I'm always trying to hide.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, I think that you probably captured that from a photo, from a still one time when I was looking unusually, even more unusually scruffy, whatever. And that's been locked into those AI thumbnails ever since.
Maybe, yeah. I know. I also didn't put headphones on you, which I thought was like, a travesty.
Yeah. That definitely. There always need to be the headphones. It seems.
Yeah. I like the headphones. Also, I that looks nothing like me. It looks like my mate Andy, and I don't know where they got him from, but
yeah.
But anyway, right. I will actually show you this. So, my friend Mr.
We managed to get through one comment.
Oh, sorry. Go on, carry on if you want.
It's all right. I seem to be feeling quite feisty today. I realised. So far, everything has been. And I'll tell you another thing. Sorry, just ranting. Yeah, so something along those lines. Hello, Kaz. Hello, glad to be here. Crypto Hunter AF, are you your Hunter AF? I think we all are these days.
Glad to be here, or is he glad to hear, or
well, both, I'd imagine. Until I turned my mic volume up, and now it's regretting that. Afternoon Firewatch, and let's get to it, lads. Indeedy, I think maybe that's a subtle hint as well.
That's a polite way of saying, can you just stop it?
Get the AF on with it, essentially. Scotty, yeah, this week's schedule is crazy for markets. So, yeah, Monday, Walsh becomes a new Fed chair. Tuesday, it's like a ELO song, isn't it? Tuesday, US CPI will be reported. Excuse me. Wednesday, FOMC chair. Is that this week? I didn't think there were any FOMC things this week, but I guess maybe there are. Speech on Wednesday, then Thursday, Fed balance sheet. Friday, Trump Xi Jinping meeting, and it works. I know you didn't ask, though. I'm glad to hear it. I'm not sure what that's about, to be honest. It's glad to hear it works in any case. So, job sounds interesting, Save. Health is wealth.
Absolutely.
Which is true. But is wealth health as well? Does it follow?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I've managed to get to my ripe old age by not being particularly wealthy. So,
well, it seems like any time you have a decent sized trading account, from what you were saying, you kind of go a bit degen.
I do, yeah. Yeah.
You're the architect of your own downfall, evidently.
I am, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, too much happening this week. I think there should definitely be a few fewer things happening in weeks. Bullshit. Oh, sorry, but bullish. Get that one right. I think we'll have a look in any case. But yeah, I think there could be further bullishness on the cards, I hope. But we'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, so
come back to those. Yeah.
So I as you may know, and as we will tell you in a moment, anyway, this channel is quite focused on our indicator that we've made called Quadzilla, which is a thing that uses stochastic thingies and EMAs and all that kind of thing, and it combines it all together. And my friend Mr. Delta, who don't think he's watching, but if he is, he might be listening rather than watching, because I think he sort of drives a van around Gloucester delivering radiators. But so I think he kind of listens while we're on, and can't really get involved. But he kind of sent me a few messages over the weekend saying like, this AI thing is effing brilliant, and he played
just realised.
Yeah, and he made like a load of money and stuff, and
Okay.
which is great, because like he's not always been that lucky sort of trading wise and stuff. He tends to sort of like the usual things, tend to hang on to positions when they're like massively down and stuff, and I can't think who else would do that, but yeah, and it doesn't often end well. But so he's actually doing really well at the moment. So
just before you go into this, I was curious. So are you still AI? You're still like using Claude for your trading and stuff?
I have been doing, but what I have been doing was I might have mentioned before that I do this kind of SEO, search engine optimization, consultancy type work, and what I used to use was some software made in Austria, a thing called Link Research Tools, that I had a grandfathered account from 2014, and it was cheap, and I paid €3,500 a year for it, and I that was essential for doing this job, because it was all to do with like looking at backlink profiles for like websites and stuff. And I decided this. Well, actually, it wasn't me, but like because I had some like a team in Manchester who were trying to be me as well, and they were actually paying for the software. So I haven't actually paid for it for the last 3 years, so they've been paying for it, and I've been sort of teaching them how to use it. But they actually said that they haven't got any work at the moment from that kind of thing. And I was thinking, well, that's a bit odd, because I kind of I'm still getting inquiries and stuff, so I actually thought, I don't really want to pay €3,500 a year, so I thought what I'll do, because I've been doing this for 14 years now, so I thought what I'd do is I'd teach Claude everything that I knew about what I do, and then I'd get backlink reports from a guy in Andhra Pradesh in India on Fiverr. So I literally get four backlink reports from Ahrefs, Moz, SEMrush, and Majestic, which are the main kind of backlink reporting platforms. So I get all 4 of those for like 20 quid. Bang them all into Claude, and then I'd give it an SOP that I'd written, a standard operating procedure about how to do it, where I'd taught it everything that I knew, and then it made like a Python script that would then produce 3 things which I normally deliver, which is like a PDF report, a disavow file to tell Google which files to ignore, and then also a kind of unified spreadsheet with all the backlink data in, and it does it so well. It's amazing. It does it far better than I do it. It's found things that I wouldn't have found. It's actually finding more backlinks because I've got the full reports than Link Research Tools did. And I'm just using Claude for that. What I found though is every time I run a job on it, it pretty much canes all the usage for like almost that day, certainly.
I guess it resets, doesn't it, every 24 hours? It
resets, and then it resets every Monday, sort of thing. So what I found was actually, I'd quite often, because I wanted to get that done, because that's my bread and butter sort of money, and also I've kind of, because I was going to give up doing that, and then I actually thought, well, I can actually still do it. I can just get Claude to do all the heavy lifting for me. So I've actually had Claude a bit busy doing that. So I've spent all my usage doing the SEO work rather than working on the bot thing.
Well, I'll have to maybe chat to you afterwards about applying some of that to like maftopia.com. I could probably do some SEO on that, maybe. I mean, be really good. But anyway, so back to this, back to the trading.
So I've actually found that I haven't been doing that much stuff with with Claude, and I did want to sort of teach it all again actually as well, because I think I went about it in a really bad way, and I think I could do it better. Like and the doing it in a more structured way for the SEO job has given me a lot of good ideas about how I could do it for the trading thing as well. Meanwhile, my friend here, Mr. Delta, he'd gone off and he'd kind of done all the stuff, and I mean, fair play to him. He's not a massively technical bloke, but I said, well, just look at that Lewis Jackson video and see how he connected his TradingView to
Claude and all that.
Yeah, to Claude, and then see how you get on, and he did that. So what he did, he actually connected TradingView to Claude to TradingView, and then TradingView he had that connected to, which is a bit scary, to Trading 212, Bitunix, and Blofin. All right, so actually three platforms, and then this is a kind of summary, because I said, can you ask Claude to just do a summary of what it does for you? So this is the document he sent me.
It's very official looking, executive summary.
Yeah, I know, and
for the boardroom.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a Claude thing, because that comes up in my SEO stuff as like, executive summary.
Yeah,
but so it tells you what it does. It talks about this demon thing, which I'm not quite sure what it's on about. He's also got the old whole suite indicator that I used to talk about quite a lot. He's got that on his chart as well, and it did seem to get a bit confused and actually thought that whole suite was part of Quadzilla, which obviously it's not. But anyway, it kind of tells you what it does and all that sort of thing. Saying the demon. Is that like a software word, or?
It is. Yeah, it's literally, because it is like a demon that's just kind of like there. It's unseen. It's just running, in the background, and then if you summon it, it kind of pops up. But it's a background task that's just constantly running, essentially.
Okay. Yeah. So this demon kind of runs on like this anyway. It looks for all various things and all that sort of thing. Oh yeah, he's also got it so it sends messages to Telegram, so that when he's driving his van around Gloucester, he can get a little thing saying, Bitcoin's in a good place to buy, or you should be buying some Tesla stock now, or something like that. And if he wants to do it, he can literally just go TTT, and it will like say take the Quadzilla trade, and with whatever parameters.
TTT? TQT?
Well, it's take the trade.
Oh, okay. I see.
But literally just does that on his phone on Telegram, and it enters the trade.
Why not TT? Just take trade.
I don't know. I'm not going to question that anyway. It's even got it so it like when it's so much in profit, it'll actually set a tiered trailing stop loss. So it'll take a bit off the table as it goes up, sort of thing, which I think is like really cool. That's really good.
Yeah.
He did a thing the other day where I think it said like, this is in an interesting zone, but it's a bit risky. And I think he said like, I might take it. And he said, well, if you're going to force the trade, I'm going to lower the leverage, if that's all right with you. And he was quite impressed by that, which I thought was like,
that is pretty neat, actually.
Yeah. So it's doing all that sort of stuff, and it's doing this what they call structured stop loss anchoring. So you're not quite sure what that's about anyway. But anyway, so it goes on about all this kind of stuff. Hard won lessons. It's talking about the Trading 212 was blocked by Cloudflare. I'm not sure when that was, but I don't know, some problems it ran into and how it got around it and stuff. Anyway, the bit I like is just like how it works. So it tracks 12 famous filers. So Berkshire Hathaway, Pershing Square, Sion, whatever these are, green. I don't know what they are. Sort of obviously trading people, aren't they? Sort of pulls each fund's latest 13F filing directly from whatever. Deduplicate share classes within the fund. So Berkshire's multiple AIPI classes don't double count. Filters out ETFs, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so it does some clever stuff there. So sample output, that's coming up with these things like Alphabet, Taiwan Semiconductor, Microsoft, Nvidia, Uber, United Health, and DoorDash. Anyway, this is the good bit. It says
why? Sorry, I was going to say, should I say it in a whiny voice? Why Quadzilla?
Why Quadzilla? Yeah. It says the indicator's combination of weighted stochastic confluence, retracement levels, whole trend filter, and bar signal colors. Obviously, the whole trend.
Does it have a whole trend filter?
No, it's because it's got it on the chart and it got confused and thinks that's part of it.
Okay, sure.
So that's wrong. But and bar signal colors produces a richer signal surface than most of what's commercially available. Rather than
all of what's yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Rather than treat it as a chart aesthetic, this build leans into it as a programmatic data source. The daemon converts every line, label, and table cell. Oh yeah, I think he uses the statistics table as well into structured input for a disciplined execution layer. The result is exactly what a screen staring trader would do at their best. Never miss a stop loss, always tighten on a winner, never over leverage on a wide stop, never trade against the higher time frame bias, and never let the chart and broker fall out of sync. Just done 24/7 without fatigue, with audit logs and a Telegram tap on the shoulder when something matters. Built on Quadzilla, run with discipline. The data, as always, is yours. Is it? Anyway, but,
evidently so. Yeah.
Well, it was until anyway. But anyway, but I thought that was really a really cool use of Quadzilla and Claude. I mean, if he's up for it, I mean, yeah, it might be fun to have him on the stream one time or do a video.
Oh, definitely, yeah. That'd be actually really neat. Could maybe try and live demo it or something like that.
Yeah, because honestly, he's not a I don't want to be derogatory, but he's not a highly skilled trader at all. He's
it's retail. I think just
he's just a regular guy,
as we all are basically.
He's just a sort of regular guy sort of thing. Who's who's I must admit, he seems to have found his feet with the AI stuff. He's actually been using AI things longer than I have. I mean, I noticed that because he plays drums and with a band, and quite often I used to play with him in France, and I noticed that all these posters were looking rather good about 2 years ago, and I realized I think he's using some sort of AI to make his band posters. So but that was a couple of years ago. So I think he's definitely embraced it all, and he's not a young fella. He's a bit old and grey like us, but
he's a veteran, I guess, of these things.
Yeah. So there you go. That's about all I've got to say, really, about that.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So I mean, the Quadzilla trading bot, I think, because it's probably worth saying that I don't think we're ever actually going to release a trading bot product. I think because it would be too much bloody responsibility.
Yeah.
So don't want to be responsible directly for winning or losing people's actual money.
However, what I've been doing over the weekend is playing about with Blofin, because you can kind of quite easily make a bot for that.
Saw your video on that. There was some promise of a future update, wasn't there?
Yeah. Well, I basically started as you would say, vibe coding a kind of bridge that works between Quadzilla and Blofin. So you can combine different things, different aspects of Quadzilla to produce a sort of buy or sell sort of signal. And I started doing that, and then I got a bit confused and sort of realized I didn't really know what I was doing, but the kind of ideas there, you know. So the point being is like, what I thought you could do is do something like you could go long when you see like a super up on the hourly time frame, but then you can close on something else from a different time frame, which you can do because you can set all the alerts for that, and the alerts trigger the bot in Blofin. So so
all right, so it's done through the alerts, through the TradingView alerts.
Yeah. So basically, what you do is when you let me just get the.
I think because that'll probably be one thing that because that connection is meant to be a little bit kind of finicky sometimes, isn't it?
Which one?
It can be a bit hit and miss. But whereas if it was done through like Claude Code, for example, and you know got its hooks into the debug port in TradingView, that usual sort of route, and actually kind of like catching its own alerts in a sense.
Yeah,
doing that, it could probably be made more reliable, because then that same bit of code that's running would then also, you know, connect through to the Blofin API, I guess, for the trading bot.
Yeah, but it doesn't even go via an API though. I mean, what the way it works is like when you set up an alert, like here, for example, in the message, you basically got some. It's like JSON, JSON commands going there, which work there, and then to make it talk to Blofin in the notifications, you're using. Oh, shouldn't really show that. I know that's all right.
The webhook thing. That's kind of what I mean. I mean, it definitely works. It's obviously there, but I did hear that it can be a bit kind of hit and miss. So like it doesn't always kind of do the thing, make the connection and so on.
Oh, okay.
It can miss them.
I mean, there are a few things like I didn't actually get it to work at the weekend. I realise now that's because I had Blofin set in hedge mode. It needs to be in two-way mode. One-way mode. So hedge mode means you can have a long and short at the same time. So at the same time, the hedge mode mean one way means you can't
one
do
way.
that.
Yeah. Makes sense. But, so that webhook, you could probably actually call that directly from Claude. Yeah, from Claude Code.
Yeah.
I mean that's another possibility, because then I think it allows you to add in the AI side of it into that as well.
Yeah.
Into the bot, the Blofin trading bot. Probably worth chatting about. We could maybe catch up some point later and just figure something out.
Yeah. So I think the long and short of it is I think, although I don't really have an idea to sort of, bring out a bot, go, here's the Quadzilla bot, and it will make you lots of money, because I know that was like disastrous for like Stonksy, for example, because it didn't work very well. But actually worked really well for 1 month and worked terribly for the next, and I think everyone got a bit everyone unsubscribed, really, and that was the kind of, that was the death of that, really. So I don't want that to happen.
However, a published kind of recipe, like do this and do that.
Yeah.
All you need is your Quadzilla license, essentially.
So if you could come up with your own kind of strategy idea, or say that, when you put Quadzilla on yourself, and you think, okay, sort of doesn't work. There you go. So for example, if you say I tend to always go long when the price comes back to these bullish retracements, and if you decide that's what you do, and then you close out when the convergence band goes up there, sort of thing, if you think that's how you normally trade, then you can, it'd be good to have like an easy way to create a bot on any exchange or something like that, for that. So I would, in a way, like to give Quadzilla that kind of functionality. I mean, it's kind of there anyway. If you know what you're doing, you could probably do it from the alerts, couldn't you? Or just by using AI,
Yeah, for sure.
So it's kind of there already. But I mean, maybe if we could come up with some sort of more structured way to sort of harness the power of Quadzilla, if you decide you want to do that kind of thing,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just kind of, I mean, obviously do a video or 3 on the topic, and could see there being like we could put a tutorial onto Medium, etc. All the usual things really about that, just like how to do it, how to set it up, and then how to kind of define your own strategy within that, and so on.
Yeah. But I think that would be a really good thing for us to do, for the popularity of the channel, the indicator, and just to sort of make us all a load of money. So
I mean, which is kind of the point, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's sort of, we're not in it for the tech, are we? But anyway, so I'd love to know what you think about this Bitcoin price, because I am still a bit confused. I mean, I was very pleased to see the pump overnight and able to get out of my crappy position, but these kind of like, this is the 1 hour time frame, these kind of levels down here are sort of worrying me a little bit, and I'd probably need to hear your take on it. So I think, bearing that in mind, should we go ahead and do the old thing?
Sure. Yep.
I know Scotty's got a lot of comments, but we'll
catch up on these.
Yeah.
What's? Oh, hang on. Sorry.
I've got I'm tickling my throat. It's really annoying. It's like keep coughing. Sorry. Go ahead.
Ready?
Ready
now?
This bit looks really interesting.
Yeah. So essentially, so that giant, quite portly, to be honest, gyrating lizard that was on your screen just now is of course Quadzilla, and Quadzilla is a premium indicator. You too can have the Quadzilla gyrating in your living room or whatever you tell it to do at the what do we decide instead of princely, because princely was the wrong way around, the non-prince the pauperly sum.
I think it was pauperly, yeah
pauperly,
or
the pimply sum of
measly.
But that sounds very, it's a negative connotation, isn't it? Oh, anyway, at the very low sum, the very low amount of £60 a month, if you're on the yearly plan. If you want to pay it monthly, it's 80 quid a month, and whatever that is in dollars and euros and so on, and gets you a whole bunch of stuff for that, from which you can essentially start pretty much printing money, to be honest. Don't want to beat around the bush on that. It gives you extremely accurate trading signals, particularly around just like finding a good entry and a good take profit and so on. This is all of that. It's several indicators in one that are all like together. They're kind of supercharged. So we'll go through a bunch of that. And just also just before I forget, there's this price action patterns thing, which was vibe coded. We sort of featured this recently in one of the live streams. That's over on maftopia.com. You can sort of find it from, if you go to maftopia.com, find a link to this from that front page. And I've just been doing an update on this. Well, I say just, like, it's kind of over the weekend ish. But essentially within this, it was there was some feedback on the patterns that were being shown, which was that they weren't kind of overly clear sometimes. So I've asked it to sort that out, really. And but one of the things was, so for example, if I put like double top, it wasn't always too obvious. But what we've also just kind of added into it, or in the process of adding this, is you can have like variations on a chart pattern. This thing's great, by the way. You can just click through these and tells you all about each pattern. There's a quiz as well. But yeah, the variations, so where there are any, you'll get a thing here where you can say like, okay, the second peak is lower of the double top, or if they're level, it tells you that, i.e. the level going across there. Or if the second one is higher, then it tells you about that. So it's just a really kind of great way to dig into like basically all of the chart patterns. And it's got a search up there. I think I just showed that. Like it's an incremental search. It's a bit falling three methods, falling wedge, falling window, and so on. All these kind of things. But yeah, this updated version will be up on the website fairly soon. And I think, Crypto Hunter, share that URL in the comments. I assume you mean, is this fun? I shall very gladly share that. It's, there you go. So as I say, that there'll be a updated version of this up there pretty soon with a whole bunch of improvements. So also, yeah, if you go to mafftopia.com, there's a link to this then from that front page. So do check it out. There's that opening jingle has some promises, some actual TA, didn't it? So I ought to get onto that now. So yeah, let's have a look at this then. So just move a notebook. The pages on this notebook keep kind of flopping up and getting in the way. So chuck that out of the way. Let's see. Right. On the 3 minute, this will give us a big picture, won't it? So should we maybe go to the daily? Do you have water there?
No, I'm just going to get some.
So yeah, so this is up on the daily, and on here we've got from previous kind of discussions on this, really. We've got, so there's a daily 200 added to this, which I believe is that one, and then the other is the 50 weekly, which is that one. Some daily. Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. So, because of course there was this whole thing about at the end of the last bull run, essentially, and then leading into kind of like the big downhill thing from there, leading into the sort of bear cycle, part of the 4-year cycle. Generally, there's always kind of been a rally, like one last rally heading up, which usually just kind of comes up and touches the 200 daily MA, and that nearly happened back on whatever day that was it Wednesday last? It's that one. Very nearly happened there. Yeah, Wednesday last week, but didn't quite get there. But yeah, it sort of came back down, touched the daily 9 EMA, the cyan there, and now it's kind of just been like riding that back up, and looks like, yeah, it missed the 200 daily again yesterday. Today it's looking like, did that actually, it still hasn't touched it. It's a tease, isn't it? It's tantalizing. So still hasn't quite got to that level, but I think, to be honest, as long as the price just keeps kind of ranging just here, that 200 daily average is just going to keep working its way down anyway, and they're going to touch, and that could be in, I don't know if it's superstition or if it's just like pure TA maths and it's baked into the matrix and it's inevitable or whatever. But when that happens, sort of feel like maybe that's going to be the end of that rally, and down we go, to the lower depths for the rest of this year. However, so that's one scenario. That's a sort of game over, man, kind of scenario. Down we go as soon as they touch or wick slightly above or whatever. The other one is that the price simply breaks above that, the 200 daily, and keeps on going. In other words, if that's going to continues working its way down, whether it's today or even later in the week or something, it's doing that. It might come down to here and retry, and then go. If it breaks above, closes above, then I'm trying to draw candles. It's like a 3-year-old attempting to draw a candle. My God, that one's looking a bit suggestive even. So it might be that, so two scenarios. Yeah, one is they touch, or maybe they touch there and then down into the crypto winter, or the other one is closed above and heads to the upside. So it's going to be confirmation. I think will be. I don't know if it'll be the daily close above the 200 daily. Maybe the weekly close will be a decent confirmation of that. So the end of this week, if the week closes above the 200 daily, then that seems like a pretty good sign that there's going to be a lot more upside. Having just clicked onto the weekly, there's this bearish retracement level from Quadzilla, which is kind of working its way along there. That's at 86.5, and obviously we're currently at 81.1. So could well expect to see some action at least heading up to there, possibly higher, because just given that we've got kind of that kind of liquidity just there, which would be kind of 90. Ooh, yeah, 90.8. That'd be kind of nice, up to around 93.6. Not outside the realms of likeliness, even. As long as the price does kind of close above there, as I say. So, what else is this telling us on the weekly? Just while we're there, we've got. I'm going to hide those just for a sec, and hide my amazing scribbles just for a sec. So yeah, on the weekly, because I do tend to bang on about the 9 EMA quite a lot. It's fast becoming my favorite thing, I think, for some reason. But because like here, you can see how the price on the weekly was kind of waking up, touching the 9 EMA each time, and on that week, kind of like wicked above, but obviously just came down. So each time it's like rejection, 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 rejection. Up here, another rejection, then finally broke above and closed the weekly above the 9 EMA. So down here it's very much just just negative times. What probably more likely to see more downside than upside until eventually that pattern is broken, that trend is broken, and then kind of now we're above it. So as long as we're above the 9 EMA, it's like more likely to see positive, like upward times than down. In fact, we're quite far above it. But do keep in mind, I'm going to delete all those now. Do keep in mind that so if the 9 EMA is doing that, then the price could come all the way down to touch that, like 77.5, and still be bullish, and still, so it could kind of come down and bounce, continue to do that, bouncing off it. So 81 could come down to like 76, even 76, 76, even 76 as well, and still be on a bullish upward trend essentially. But I think as soon as the price actually breaks down below that weekly 9 EMA and kind of closes below that, then that would be that'd be one of those to the downside. So like on the 2-day, we got a similar thing. 2-day, it's much closer. It's more like kind of like 79.4 on there. But similar sort of thing. But do note on the 2-day, looking at that, this is one of Save's favorite kind of topics, is the looming crossover of the 21 EMA and the 55. So Quadzilla has already started to draw in or shade in kind of like a likely crossover there, because it evaluates a few different things for that. It's not just the fact that that's converging, that they're converging, and that they're about to at least touch. It also kind of factors in a few different things as well to say, like, well, it's going to be probably quite a likely crossover. So kind of an early sign of that. Not guaranteed, of course, it's all probability, but it's just likely in any case. So and if the 21 does cross above the 55, the yellow cross above the green, then that would be kind of a sign of that strong upward surge. So I think that's actually looking pretty exciting, to be honest. That's a possibility. If they don't, if the price just kind of veers off a bit, if it did come down, kind of touch this, then what we might see is that 21 just kind of starting to do that, and that would just do whatever it is. So, and then as soon as the angle changes on that, because the 21 is on a fairly acute, strong angle of attack coming up to 55. But if that like eases off, then it's probably you could tell fairly quickly that it's probably just not going to happen. In which case, and that would happen by the price coming down doing this, and then you'd very much kind of expect that probably maybe down to there 70 with that retracement level. So yeah, just things to keep an eye on, basically, in terms of just which scenario is going to be the one that gets confirmed. But yeah, I guess so. The 9 EMA, as I was saying, is closer. So, and funnily enough, so I think that wasn't that the continuation of the 9 EMA from the weekly chart. It's funny that's kind of following. Well, I suppose it makes sense, actually, doesn't it? That's kind of following the 55 EMA here on the 2-day. Of course, there's going to be a correlation there. So, sorry, squeaky chair. So, if I bring that back to the daily now, and so there was a super down signal on the daily, and sure enough, there was quite a down, and that also kind of showed up as a bit of a reversal signal there, with the kind of very tall wick to the upside, and kind of rejection, and then the down. So yeah, more liquidity, I suppose, just there if the price should come down. So to get to that, where did I draw that? Just 80 basically. So to get down to that, we eat up any open orders there, or force close them, whatever. Then the price would have to come down just below the 9 EMA on the daily. So just delete all of those. So then on the 4-hour, I meant to say, actually, we're currently co-live streaming onto the Savewith Crypto channel, but also onto the Mafftopia channel. If anyone wouldn't mind just opening up the Mafftopia live stream in a separate tab or something, and have that running, just trying to build up the watch hours really on that channel. That'd be highly appreciated. But I shall keep going. If you don't want to, then also that's fine too. Oh yeah, 4-hour. Okay, so 4 hours looking kind of like it's toying with the 9 EMA at the moment, and interestingly, not many retracement. Oh, I'm saying not many retracement levels. There's one right there, right in your face, at 77 0.4. So it's also looking like a fairly likely one for the price to come down and hit, to be honest, just given where it is. Because, okay, so there's more kind of open orders hanging around just there. If we can put those in, like, so that's a level that we could kind of expect some price action there, 78.2. If we kind of come down that way, to get down there, we'd have to break down past, well, this kind of area, just that sort of thing, really, because it's kind of skewering all of that, and also just there's a whole bunch of liquidity there. So if it does that, it would have to break down below the 55. I'd imagine it would be more likely to touch down into that, to be honest, and bounce. If that's kind of like a bit order blocky in its state there. So in other words, the price might, if it did that, it would kind of come down, kind of touch where the 55 is. That might actually come up a bit as well. So it might even be slightly above this box. But then I can correct that by redrawing the box. So bring it up a bit. So it's kind of, it could even be all of that, all of this liquidity just there. That's kind of valid. So in other words, the price would kind of wick down into this somewhere, might wick slightly below the 55, and then do that, for another run to the upside. If it didn't do that, or if it kept doing that a few times, then we might expect then, because it would just eat up all of the orders, the passive orders that were within that, and then fall out of the box down to this lot. Probably draw those as a box as well, rectangle, from about there, that kind of thing, maybe. So yeah, in which case it's gonna then drop into those. Either bounce away from there this time, in which case we might see some resistance here then, because essentially all the kind of orders within here probably would have reversed. So that hence that kind of turns into resistance instead of support in there. So yeah, but if it doesn't do that, then, or if it did, and then it bounced off as resistance, and we back that, hence we'd see some ranging essentially between the reversed orders in here and whatever we got within that order block as well. And interesting thing, really, isn't it? Because if that becomes, because when you see stuff like this, like either the price turns into like compression, kind of like so, that sort of thing. Excuse me. Probably because it's kind of eaten up these orders, and then as it's bouncing up, they're getting fewer and fewer. So it's just like the ones that are closer by that's eating, and the same kind of down here. Then of course there are new orders coming in that are kind of being like short squeezed or long squeezed each time, and then more and more of that until like explosive move to the upside or the downside. That or the other way around would be if it's kind of eating into this order block, in which case you'd get expansion within that. It'd just be the other way around, because it's just doing the opposite in both directions. So yeah, just thinking about how these chart patterns actually form, it's kind of worth looking into, like kind of like just order books and stuff like that, and just kind of seeing like what's driving the price in each case and what's forming these patterns. It's like crystal structures forming in a way. They're not that random. There's always like some rule that's in place, or some driving thing that's causing that. But yeah, so that this one onto the hourly. That's very double toppy, isn't it? we've got the sort of higher bit and the lower bit. Could it turn into a triple top? Could it end up doing that somewhere along the line? We should bring it up to, like, about kind of, I don't know, maybe 81.5, 81.9 in that range, just purely by the way that's happened. You could draw this sort of thing. In fact, yeah, probably that. Could happen, couldn't it? Up to 82 at a stretch if it triple topped. But I think that's probably very much something to keep in mind, that double top pattern at the moment, about whether it's going to head higher from there. There was that retracement level that got kind of wicked out there, but if that's kind of brought in, you can see how that it kind of ties in. It tied in with that pivot, price pivot just there, and also became resistance just there until it smashed up. Kind of like, you could view it as, yeah, smashed up, came back down, and then again just being kind of like rejected those resistance again on that same level. So you'd expect that to happen again, coming back up. I mean, the overall thing is probably a range. It'd be kind of from there where it is down to about there, which is on this current Zoom level. That's not very far, but it's kind of 81.4, say, up to about 81.5 and a bit. Sort of slight resistance there, I'd expect. If we go to the 30-minute, do we start to see that bear out a bit on here? Because it's kind of that was that resistance level, really, wasn't it? Amazing to see these retracement levels play out, because that is kind of pretty much bang on, really, because so the price kind of wicked up, well, shot up above that to that level, came down, just bounced off, continued to use that same retracement level there as support, bang, 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 until it broke down below it. This one here, marking out the area of liquidity, they're not. It doesn't use that area of liquidity as part of the way that the retracement levels identify retracement levels. It's just we kind of so often see that happening, so that in the sense that you get confluence on the chart, kind of confirming that as a stronger signal. So yeah, and then again with this one, so that would have been a lovely trade, seeing that. So like potentially from up here, like as soon as that started drawing where the arrowhead is, it would have been like, okay, hey, the price is going to come down. It's going to kind of touch there. It's going to probably head down it, and then in the next, either that same bar or in the next bar or so, it's going to head back up. So boom, did. Obviously came back down again after, but then back up again, like, continued its uptrend, kind of until it hit that retracement level. Then the wind was taken out of its sails, and since then it's kind of come down from there, but has on the half hour touched the well, just virtually all of those EMAs, all three of them. Then I guess the 5 EMA would have definitely been touched. Let's say, yeah, so survived that and headed back up. So that in itself is a pretty positive sign. And of course, the fact that we had a whole bunch of different EMA crossovers happening in the course of that. So shorter term, I think it's looking pretty good. I think probable upside. Maybe it's like there to there. Is that 81.5 from there? 81.2. Should go to the 12 and have a look. If
you want to.
Yeah. So just looking at that level, just in that. Yeah. Again, this one just going to continue to be a relevant level, as in here the price kind of wicked up to it, so it came down, and then it's kind of toying with that level for a bit. And even when it came back down there, there was more kind of order liquidity to be slurped up at that point. Because of that sharp move on there, the price is obviously like well above the 9 EMA. But it came down, and you can see how the price just kind of then, it dabbled with 9 EMA, but then just dropped through it fairly quickly. And since then, it's been like below it, below it, below it, below it, below, 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 all the way down to there. And then didn't really that convincingly break above the 9 EMA on those. And in fact, bounced off the 21, and then broke, and then down below it again, and below it, below it, below it, below it, all the way down that slide. It's only kind of then there, it kind of broke above it, but it's been kind of like straddling the 9 EMA all the way up, and it can't get away from it. So, and I think for this to be a strong upward surge from here, it's got to get well above the 9 EMA and outrun it really. Funny how even now the price has just hit that level wherever was that the 30-minute where we drew that one in from one of the retracement levels. I think so.
I remember.
So, and of course it's that when there that remnants retracement level there as well, which I think kind of had a bit of confluence with one of the ones from the higher time frames. So go any lower to like subatomic level in the time frames? Or
we could do. I was going to answer a few. Can I just answer a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
That's right. This was a while ago, but Kaz was saying, sorry if it's a silly question. No questions are silly, although some are. But this isn't.
Yeah.
Does the CME gap only apply to BTC? I just had a quick look actually on the CME site, and the only thing they seem to deal in is BTC and Ethereum. So BTC and ETH, I think, is the answer to that. Nick was here. Hello, Nick. Space Catty, how late am I? You weren't that late. You were 10 minutes late because we started late. Scott is saying it's FOMC minutes this week. Okay. Space Catty thinks Scotty is the personal AI of, say, the crypto channel. Okay. Right. Right. Right, Aussie's here. Sorry, there was definitely something that I needed.
Hello, Aussie, by the way. Welcome.
Yeah, hello,
Aussie's here.
Michael said the strategy purchases 535 bit. I thought he just sold some. I don't really get this, like I don't know. It's like anyway. This is it. So Jeff, sorry, Firewatch. Is Delta's document available? I've just spent the whole weekend setting up 175 Quadzilla alerts and counting, but would like to integrate AI if I could and journal any trades. Well, that's a hell of a task you've done. 175 quad. That's amazing. Wow. What I've done is
what if they all go off at once?
I don't know. Your phone must be like pinging like a thing. What I've done is that document. I don't know how much use it's going to be, but you could probably stick it into Claude and say like, what's this guy up to, and can we do something similar maybe? But the document, if it's any use to you, I've uploaded it to the Discord in the Quadzilla TA channel, so it's there now. I did that about half an hour ago. Aussie Clarity Act, will it actually happen though? I mean, I mean they keep saying that. Yeah, I mean it probably will, wouldn't it? I don't know what will happen. So Crypto Hunter say next leg to 90K. Specifically, how do you see this affecting Bitcoin dominance if it creates a safer environment for all altcoin institutional? I don't know, and I don't really care. I think Bitcoin dominance is rubbish. Actually, I think.
In what sense? You mean it's not very good, or it?
I think it was
the whole concept.
I think it was relevant when there was like a dozen altcoins, but I think now it's just. I don't know. I don't think it means anything. I don't know. But
yeah, it's probably relevant. Yeah, in terms of like the Bitcoin price itself, it's probably not relevant. It's probably relevant if you're looking at alts, like even just like ETH. But then if it's ETH, you're probably going to be looking at the Bitcoin ETH chart in any, and you get a better read from that, I think.
Okay.
Same with Bitcoin Sol and so on.
Apparently, banks are not backing down on exchanges allowing passive yield because they know that that's the bank's finished. I'll tell you what, actually, is I'm actually going to get to beta test the earn feature on Tap Global actually this week, which it's going to be quite a boring test. Though, it's going to put some USDT in there and watch it earn 7% a year. I actually have no interest in doing that because I know I can earn a lot more by trading. So anyway, but it's true though.
You lose a lot more as well. Yeah.
Well, you can, but like, I mean, how boring it is just staring at something going up 7% a year. I'd rather see like 7% in 5 minutes, and that's a lot more exciting. Anyway.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Space Cat is saying, I would like a Quadzilla trading bot, but not fully automated. I would love if, for example, I'm waiting for a retracement. The bot, for example, finds the best price to enter. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. And that's the thing I'd like as well. Because, say, for example, like you pretty much know, like if you could get like if you could enter when you see a super up on the 1 hour time frame, it's going to be a pretty good entry, isn't it? I mean. And that always happens at 4 o'clock in the morning in the Asia session to me. Like an assistant on, I mean, but I think what we'll do is we'll just put something together to make it so that you can do whatever you like with it, and then
we could probably create a GitHub or something so it's got the if we were doing that, just for example, via Claude Code. I mean, you'd have different variations. That would be one setup, but then that could all just go onto a project on GitHub, an open source project on GitHub.
Yeah.
But obviously, it means that you'd have to still get the Quadzilla license and so on, which you guys have all got anyway. And just kind of download that and install it and run it. It'd have setup instructions. Kind of what Lewis Jackson was doing with that, with the TradingView MCP thing, similar sort of thing, but very much just like geared towards Quadzilla, I think, and the stuff that we've been talking about, that you've been talking about particularly.
Cool. Right. Hello, Paul. Blaze London's here. Hi guys, just dropped in. No, it's not a Quadzilla lesson. We will do stuff like that though, and I will do another tutorial about. I'm going to. Sorry, I just it might be a summer project. I don't know. I might just I will get on with it. Honestly, I will.
Sure, it's not the Quadzilla lesson, and let that be a lesson to you. Basically,
there you go. Scott is saying Australia to scrap 50% capital gains.
Capital gains. Ooh,
capital gains at discount.
Nice. Oh, not good. That's not good, is it? The discount.
What's the capital gains tax discount?
I guess 50% off.
Oh.
So if they're scrapping that, replacing with inflation indexed gains only, long-term crypto holders will pay much more tax at the point when they sell it. I hope they're keeping that around, because it's like the European thing of we're going to tax you on your unrealized crypto profits. That's just thievery, isn't it? It's not thievery. It's thievery.
Well, I tell you what, that's a good reason to use a non-KYC exchange such as Bitunix. Go to savewith.crypto.org/Bitunix. Bitunix, sorry.
Bitunix. Yeah.
And stay under the radar a bit. And when you need to cash it out, I'm not sure how to do that really. I think the best way is to go to Dubai and buy a load of Rolex watches with Bitcoin, and then come back and flog them on eBay. And you can do that without any tax implication, because you're allowed to sell watches with watches or I think jewelry or something. I can't remember now. But so if you've got and also you can go through customers with like a dozen Rolex watches, and no one's going to give a toss, And if you say,
I wonder if you can do the same on the Isle of Man, if you don't fancy going all the way to Dubai.
Well, it depends if you can buy Rolex watches with Bitcoin in Douglas.
Yes.
I suspect you probably can't.
No.
I don't know, but anyway,
you'd have to go and stay somewhere there, buy them on Amazon with a bit. I don't know. You could just use a crypto card, couldn't you? Oh, except that is still doing the converting it to fiat. So, yeah, so you're going to get the tax event in any case.
Yeah, I think the best way is to go into a shop in Dubai and where they will take Bitcoin, and just do it all anonymously, and then just come back on the plane and flog them on eBay. And
so anyone who lives on the Isle of Man and owns a shop that sells Rolex watches, huge business opportunity right there. Just saying.
Actually, there is, isn't there? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tempted to move there and set up such a shop. I think that
if the weather wasn't so absolutely crap there, I would actually consider it. Sort of like, I quite like weird places. I mean, I lived in Wales, for God's sake. Sort of. Sorry, he says to Welsh man.
No, I mean, it's a thing that I really like about Wales. Is that inherent weirdness is great.
Oh yeah. I mean, I lived in Pontry de Vendigad, where the nearest, I don't know, the nearest chip shop was 27 miles away in Aberystwyth. Sort of. And it was that'd be rubbish on Free Chippy Friday, wouldn't it?
Sort of, yeah. Space Caddy.
I tried bots on ByBit using web. My problem was I'm long, but then there was a short signal that closes long, but not. I need to look into that myself a little bit.
Was that the thing you were saying about the bidirectional thing?
It's something like that. Yeah, I need to look into it, because I was kind of letting Claude do too much and not really understanding what was happening at the same time. So that was good, Anyway, if you want to find some price action patterns, there's maths link there. And
also just to mention again that there's a very decent update coming up. So I'll just bring that up again for a sec. Price action patterns. So go and check that out, and there'll be an update quite soon, like next day or two, I think. But, sorry.
Okay. Crypto Anderson, you guys don't really take questions, right? Correct.
Absolutely. If you want questions and answers, go to Question Time.
I loved it. Did you ever watch Phoenix Nights with Peter Kay?
No, I remember you saying about it though. It sounded pretty good.
That was brilliant. It's like what was it? This kind of like a fortune teller sort of woman, where you can ask 3 questions for £20 or something, and no, £5, and this guy comes up to her and she says, "Hello, you've got 3 questions. What's your first questions?" What's your first question? He says, £5 for 3 questions. That's a bit expensive, isn't it? She goes like, "Yes, it is. And what's your next question?"
Nice. It's the genie trick, isn't it? As well.
Yeah.
You got 3 wishes, and then tricks them into like using up 2 of them straight away or something. On questions.
Yeah. Right. Sorry to rattle through these, but I just saw a lot of them. And is that true? You don't pay capital gains tax on site? Yes, it is. I shall find the actual thing.
Sounds like a video topic as well, by the way.
It might
be careful how you word it. That's the only thing.
Yeah, well, how to avoid paying tax on your crypto gains. Yeah, that's going to be a bit.
Unwanted attention on that
one. Sorry, you got.
That's all. That's it. I think it might be pretty much done, to be honest. Just to mention that there's a new Maftopia video on its way, and it's one that's Save and I kind of co-recorded about this kind of a music science, fascinating music science video about Angie. Can you say it?
Angine de Poitrine.
Thank you. About them and what makes their music. So utterly addictive, and that there's actual science behind it as well. So that's coming out. If not today, then definitely tomorrow.
Oh, really? That's that quick? Oh, brilliant! Did you manage to extract some goodness out of the hour and a half that we were?
Hour and a half of rambling and things.
Yeah. So here you go. Government UK site. Capital gains tax on personal possessions. Possessions with a limited lifespan. You do not have to pay capital gains tax on personal possessions with a lifespan of less than 50 years. This covers all machinery and includes things like antique clocks or watches. There you go. So it's one of those things. I think it's because, people with lots of money collect those sort of things, and because they work for the government anyway, they don't want to get caught paying capital gains tax. So so they wangled the law into it. So yeah, no, it's a good little loophole actually. So I mean,
it seems like virtually an intentional one as well. It's like they're obviously well aware that that's there.
I mean, the problem is you need to find somewhere that you can buy antique clocks or watches directly with crypto, but you can do that. You can do that in Dubai, So that's the thing to do. It means you have to go there, but
so because I think you can buy Rolex with Bitcoin, can't you? In this country, so you do, like you're saying, you do have to go to somewhere like Dubai to do it. Is that right?
Well,
in this country, I think even doing that would count as a taxable event. I'm sure.
Well, if you could find someone who'd take Bitcoin for it, that'd be okay.
Well, but that's the thing. Like, if you're doing it in secret versus, kind of declaring your crypto activity in your tax return and so on.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it'd be coming from you just pay them straight from your, just do a withdrawal from your Bitunix account, which is non KYC.
Okay. I mean, that's what I was getting at. So you're doing it in secret, which is whatever,
it's not secret. Just not tell anyone. It's none of their business, is it? And,
I fully agree on that, but it's more just do they agree that it's none of their business?
Well, they're just selling a watch.
Well, I mean, you're swapping your Bitcoin for something else. Is that side of it? I'm not saying it's like morally right or wrong. I think.
It was probably morally wrong. Yeah, but I mean,
no. Personally, I think it's morally right. It's just like whether it's legally, I suppose, taxifically right or wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of how it should be, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
I think, and cool. Right, yeah. I'm probably gonna have to go actually because I've got some more stuff to do this afternoon.
And I've got work to do, so I should probably get back to it.
Well, yeah, okay, but no, thanks everyone for coming along. That's been brilliant. And thanks for all the. Thanks for all the thingies. Do look out for Maff's video on Jean de Poitrine because I even put extra frets on my guitar so I could make some weird noises. But I
think that those zip ties will be tax deductible, by the way.
Anyway, so before Scotty gets set off again, we should probably go. Right. There you go. 5 minutes of New York Open. So I might go and concentrate for a bit before getting on with everything else.
And expect volatility.
Expect volatility indeed. But I don't know. I'm generally quite bullish actually. But it depends on that 2-day crossover thingy for me.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think. I mean, short-term bullish for sure. Well, the price is coming down quite a lot at the moment, but. Short term probably still bullish. I think looking at the 1 minute, there's retracement levels that look like they want to be swept up to the downside first, but that might happen quite quickly in a few minutes. But then after that, it's very much going to be waiting for a confirmation one way or the other, as we talked about earlier. But the sort of medium term up or down I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I have got to go because I've got
Yeah.
I've got
Let's
to
go.
do
Let's do it. Go.
got to do a Zoom with somebody, and yeah, it's a bit timely. Right, thanks.
Sure.
Can you please do us a massive favor and hit like, and do make sure you are subscribed. It costs nothing and it makes us very, very happy. So all right, not sure about tomorrow. If it does happen tomorrow, it will be a later in the day one, like a 3 o'clock or something, but we'll let you know in the Discord, or just follow us on X, and we will let you know. All right, take care everyone. So that's goodbye from me and him as well.
Likewise. Yeah.